for the host and being an amazing person, man. Being an amazing person. Let's get into this. All right. PVL starting right now. We got VVV versus Dynasty coming up. Dynasty banned out Groot, Ignis, and Mina. And then over on the red side, we have Cricknack, Roxy, and Arum being banned. So, good bans all around. I got to say, top-tier bans. VVV is the team to beat in this league. They seem to be an unstoppable force in this Premier Valor League. They have just been having their way with all of the teams, but have had little issues winning. So we will see if Dynasty can be that one that actually comes in and is going to be able to beat them. So we have Mina, Malik, Crest, L'Oreal, and Violet over on Dynasty side. Over on this red side for VVV, Annette, Ryoma, Omega. I'll say that again. Omega, Liliana, and Lindis. So I got a feeling that VVV is getting a little confident at this stage. They have had such I don't know how many times they've currently lost, but I know that it is next to none. And I feel like they're getting a little overzealous here. A little overzealous. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull up the standings and see where both of these teams are at. So let me pull that up right now. So VVV has won 6 games and only lost 2. The only other team that is beating them as far as score is Cranston Esports, which are 8-0. Oh, Zelf Nation actually is 8-0 too. Holy jeez. So Dynasty is 5-3. So but I know that they've been changing quite a bit of the information now. But VVV is a very strong team, and I expect nothing but good quality gameplay from both these guys. So I don't know how they're gonna mix in the Omega, but I'm excited. I'm excited. They definitely are going for the objective-based Omega, as almost anyone should do. That's where he excels. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. I want to see him played at a high level, other than just as a joke or a meme at this point. Eight 8-0. Yep. 8-0. So yeah, I gotta say, so right now we are on week 11. Next week is week 12. Then we will start the semifinals and finals after that. It should go to about 14 weeks total. There will be there will be prizes announced. Maybe not this one, but maybe the next one. There'll be all sorts of fun announcements. But if you would like skins, feel free to stick around. Let's get going. All right. Both VVV and also Dynasty heading towards the jungles, looking for their counterparts, trying to see what is going on. I don't see either team evading, especially VVV with that Omega. Early game, he has very long cooldowns until probably towards the end, when he actually can zip around the map pretty well. But early on, he is just the long cooldowns. Annette being highly aggressive against this Crest and really did a number. Look at that. Took Crest down to about half life. Is going to have to take an L. And look at this. Liliana doing a great job, knowing that he's probably going to stick in mid and is going to chase him off. Look at this Annette all over. Wizard doing a great job just punishing this Crest. Crest doesn't know what to do. Liliana now following up, taking him down so much. Crest is still level 1. So is Annette. They finally are leveling just from the damage, or I'm sorry, from the XP over time. A great, and Annette got it. Wizard doing wonderful right now on Annette. Look at that duel, taking quite a bit of damage on the Marja, having to back off. Can you believe? I cannot believe how good Annette is. Annette has been really shining in this last patch. Ever since she came out, actually, she's been just so good. She's underrated at first. People are finally starting to see the potential that she has, and it is so good to see her in the hands of a well skilled player. Look at this. Crash ran into the wrong bush. He is gonna go down. Inevitably, Annette. Annette's going to have her stun. Stuns two of them. It stands Malik and also L'Oreal. Ryoma jumps in, got a little overzealous. He's going to have to back out. Malik getting taken out. The tower was disabled. Liliana jumps back in, but just does some minor damage. Marja finally coming down too little, too late, down to the mid lane as the rest of the red team rotates down on bottom to inevitably take this dragon. You can see that Lindis is looking to start this, and Kresh is now back after dying. Is already back, and a lot of these red members haven't been able to heal yet. It looks like Violet is aware of this, seeing the lack of people. Was able to pick that up. A great job by Violet. And then, oh, Liliana's orb comes out and just crushes Violet, who just stood a little too close to the flame on that one. Omega coming in, throwing out a stun, was able to do a good disengage for the red team to get out. Let's take it up to top where we have Ryoma and Marja battling it out. Ryoma is normally a very good early game, but Marja is so strong with that lifesteal. If you do not keep constant pressure on her, she's going to just heal back up all of the life that she's taken from you. And also, I mean, she's very good at trading, and the sustain that she has is crazy. We can see Annette doing her thing. Was coming top to try to offer some support. Look at this big damage coming out by the L'Oreal. L'Oreal was able, with Marja, to finish them off. We see Ryoma coming down as also and was taken out. And Lindis is going to be another one that has fallen into that poor team fight. So red team just all around was outplayed there and outnumbered and was able to pick off one at a time after a time. Omega, we really haven't got to see much of him. I think that was his time to shine right there. He disables the tower but runs away because of Malik. Malik, so strong with that ability. I don't see Omega being able to really shine down here on the bottom. I think if they switched it up and maybe went to Marja, maybe that would have helped, but yeah. All right. So again, we see this red team rotating near top, and looks like they're trying to make sure that the blue is gone. Annette Wizard is doing such a great job on this support role. Making sure that all of the buffs are down, knowing when they're going to be coming up is another thing. Look at this. Possibly setting up for a stun. And right now, they know that dragon spawns. Annette hitting the dragon, trying to disengage it, waste some of this blue team's time. Going down on bottom, we see that there are 4 heroes here. Omega using his ult, getting out some damage. Kresh throwing out his ult, stunning most people. Malik coming in and just finishing off Annette. We have Violet getting initiated onto by Liliana. And Liliana throwing out the orb. That orb is not going to make it to her. Oh, possibly. Oh, okay, good. And Malik was taken out in the time that the red team was able to finally reclaim their victory down on bottom. So a pretty good all-in-all fight for that red team. They did lose a net, but I mean minimal losses, huge gains that they're getting, plus dragon. And it looks like we have a pause coming out. I'm sure that it is from this blue team. We're just waiting for this. Waiting for someone to probably reconnect at this point. But man, if we take a look, one dragon down for blue. This is going to be a secure dragon for this red team. 1-1. I mean, everything's pretty tied up. The biggest difference is the kills. The blue team is down 2 kills. But as far as gold, 1K difference. It's not much. It's not a lot. All right. We have not seen much from Ryoma up on this top. He does have 3 assists. Marja has 1 kill, 1 death, 1 assist. A little premature with the ult there, but just trying to get out of that bad situation. And knowing not having any backup probably was just rather be safe than sorry. But again, doesn't have it. Went right back in the lane and suffers from that. So Duel kind of misplayed that. Really thought that the team would have backed off. Thought a little too quickly. And really had to pay for that. This top tower is going down very quick. You can see that this blue team wants to try to defend it. Lindis getting initiated on. She should go down, and that's exactly what happens. Ryoma is going to be the next one, and that is a 2 for none. Actually, 3. Or I'm sorry. 2 for 1 exchange, if you count the Marja. Down on bottom, it looks like Omega was finally able to get that tower with the help of the team. So I gotta say, this Omega just really isn't paying off as much as I'm sure that they would like it. Red team was able to finish off that tower, and it looks like they might continue to push, knowing that Annette is all the way down on bottom, and seeing that a few of the other red team members are gone. It is a no-brainer that they should push this. So Red doing a great job, putting some pressure. Oh, Galaxy jumping in a little too quickly. Oh, and it did hit Crushed. They're going to have to take an L and back off from there. Marja very overextended, but luckily this red team was not in a position to work on it. Oh, we see Annette taking some damage. And November's running away from Omega right now. He could have finished off Annette, and I'm really concerned what happened there. And Wizard getting caught completely out is taken out finally. All right, this red team is now pushing towards this mid. Crash throwing out his ult, does not connect, but they will still finish this Ryoma. Ryoma, now they're in pursuit of this Lindis. They're not going to get anywhere, but wow, Violet doing some massive damage with that ult. After seeing that, Lindis is going to know that that has got to be priority target number one in this next this team fight. Crash is doing a good job making sure that the focus is on him. And oh, Violet is going to be able to roll, do quite a bit of damage, and that's exactly what I thought was about to happen, is that Lindis was taken down. Liliana was also finished off there, and the blue team now taking a high ground tower. Look, Omega down on bottom. Really out of position. A great job by November, actually seeing that he was trying to recall, and they were able to stop him. Hopefully that would give him team some time to come down, but the communication was not there. All right. So if we switch it over to the dragon, I would assume that they would take this dragon with 18 seconds. I could see that they're going to probably wait. L'Oreal actually trying to initiate it onto it. So the dragon actually respawns at about 2 seconds or so. So, yep, and that's exactly what they're going to have to do, is wait for that to get enraged. And there it goes, enraging at about the 3-second mark. And now it is the big bad one. And this blue team looks like they want it. Malik is very close. I don't think Malik... Oh, Malik does have his ult. He can get a great ult off, and that's exactly what he's looking for. Great initiation by Crash, followed up by Malik. Malik wasn't able to get in there because the targets died so fast. Annette, a great stun, stunning Malik and Crash both together, and now the hot pursuit of this red team onto this Crash, and Annette is going to offer some damage. And look at him going down so quick to that Liliana. Liliana now deciding to back up here. I think the red team would have taken this dragon, but they're deciding not to. Ryoma doing a great job in mid, but just not enough. Oh, and it looks like Liliana actually had to run back to the base because the core was getting hidden. So, wow. veniVidivici is really struggling towards this mid game. Galaxy's trying to 1v1 Ninja, but is just not anywhere close, especially with the help of 2 other individuals. Duel was close, but nowhere near how quickly L'Oreal went down. But all right, so good deal. Game, I mean, it's very close still. The red team is struggling because of the objectives, and you can see that with the money and also the damage that's been coming out. But they are still offering some really good team fights and some. They do have the capability of pulling this back. It looks like the red team is going to go for the Abyssal Dragon. The Abyssal Dragon does give you that extra damage, which is exactly what they need. Going for broke, plus it gives you the Dark Blessing, which will give you some life back once you hit 0. And look at this. Oh my god. They were able to pick off Kresh. He wasn't able to throw out his ult during that period of time, and he went down. So now Omega is in the middle of everything. Did take a blunt of the retaliation damage from that team after Kresh going down. So now, this is what I'm talking about. The red team does have the team play and the fights, even though they are down in money. And right now, it is only a 1K difference. The red team now setting up for someone to make a mistake and run over into this bush. Looks like Lindis just deciding to not wait any longer now that the minions in the middle are there. All right. Annette trying to throw out some skills towards the tower. Oh my god. Violet just crushing. That did, I would say, over 60% of the life of Violet in one roll. One tactical roll of Violet. A great Annette stun, but is not going to be enough. It looks like she is going to possibly go down here. A good attempt on an ult, but does not connect with Annette. She's going to live to fight another day. So right now, Violet 8K money, and Lindis is 8.7. A good ult by Malik, but just not able to connect. Trying to save this mid tower as long as possible. In VVV, I don't know what they do at this point, and we see Violet super caught out, almost connects with Lindis. Lindis was able to take out another individual, which is L'Oreal. And now they're in hot pursuit of this Kresh, so this blue team is just getting dismantled. And the Dark Blessing was used on Lindis, and now they are chasing down Malik. It is one after another, and it does. They're able to pick him off, and Duel just not able to get there quick enough while his team just perishes one after another. This red team is now going to take many of the towers, unless they decide to maybe go towards the Dark Slayer. They still have the debuff, so I don't imagine that they would do that. But seeing March down on bottom, they really could have. So the red team not taking full advantage of this. They did get a tower. I would have liked to see them try to push this mid a little bit more. Duel getting hit next to half life due to that Lindis. And look at that, Lindis getting crushed on this Violet. Violet just needs to connect with Lindis, and that will win them the game. The next fight is going to be huge. Lindis is 10-4, has majority of the money of this team. You take out her or Liliana, and the blue team is just going to win. Hopefully this red team knows that, and they are going to be able to stop that from happening. But any overextension or loss of lives of Lindis or Liliana is going to be a full-on detriment to this red team. You can see that they are initiating, and that's what I'm talking about. Lindis so close to being dead, but was able to get out of that situation. We got Malik chasing down Annette falling very low, and you can see that Lindis is just farming up in the mid, trying to get some life back on anything that she can. Now chasing down Duel on the Marja, but inevitably leaves them. And while all that's going on, Fear down on bottom on this Ryoma takes one for the team. Probably going to end up dying here, but is completely worth having two heroes chase them this long. And that's exactly what blue team needs to do, is back off and head down bottom quickly. Malik now getting possibly getting taken out, and that last hit does connect and able to finish him off. And that's exactly what Violet needed to do, is to jump in there and end Lindis's life. And that is a win as far as blues considered. That's going to give Violet so much money. So much money that she is already max build. Doesn't have anything to be concerned about. And Lindis also max build. Blue could push this down middle. They have 10 seconds on Liliana, and they have 19 seconds on Lindis. They could win this right here if they wait for this creep and then just initiate onto this tower, and that looks like exactly what they want to do. And that's it. They're going to be able to win this. Oh, but Violet was taken out. They're trying to end it as best they can, but the creeps are coming in. Liliana's doing her best to try to push them off, and she might be able to. And that's exactly what's happening. Lindis is now trying to push away, and they were able to stop them. How is this possible? I cannot believe what just happened. That is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm so speechless now. Lindis was able to get back into the lane. Annette was able to keep the creep away from the tower long enough to get Lindis up. Lindis was able to take out Violet, which was 90% of their damage. And then after Violet was taken out, L'Oreal and Crash were not able to finish off the tower for their for them just completely going ham onto the enemy core. So great job. Great job. I am just baffled how the blue team just did not finish the game there. They had it so dead to rights. They focused on the net so much that they forgot the main objective was to just hit the core 1 or 2 times each. Look at this. So in the meantime, we see that Lindis was able to pick up the Dark Blessing. The Dark Blessing gonna bring her back to life. She is feeling confident, and that is gonna be hell to pay for this blue team. Ryoma jumping in, messing up his disengage, and actually pays the price. Lindis getting knocked very low, tries to go all in onto Malik and really waste the Dark Blessing. So big misplays coming from both, and that pops the Lindis. Lindis taken out by Violet. This is gonna be game right here. There's no way that they can defend against all this. You can see Omega actually just sitting in base, not knowing what to do. There's no way that this blue team can stop them. But oh my god! Liliana comes in and drops half the team! Drops half the team! It went from a 4v1 to now a 2v2. You can see that Annette is trying her best to keep them away from this. We have Ryoma coming back up in 2 seconds. We need Omega to seriously keep this creep away from this building. And there you go. You can see she tried so hard to end the game, but Violet did go down. Luckily to that Ryoma who came in swinging quickly. Ryoma saving the day, but let's talk about that Omega. Omega is trying his best to stay in and not go down. Really helped out, keeping the creep away from the core as long as possible, but the creep got just in the range, which let Violet do that massive hit onto the core. So the next time that the next initiation or the next hit will take that down. You can see that they're going all in on there onto the Marja, which was the wrong choice, and then Wasimi getting taken out. And man, they are just going all in. Every time this red team is just having to pick up the pieces. If they just pushed as 5, I think that they would have a better shot at this. The blue team doing a great job. They're actually going to go for Dark Slayer, which is what they need. The Dark Slayer is a must into this this final push. They need the damage, or they just need a creep near that base, and I think that that's going to really win them the game. Liliana coming in with some serious damage, was able to drop L'Oreal, and then now you can see the team falling apart at this point. Ryoma still in the middle of everything. They're trying to dive for this Violet. Violet in the straight back line. Annette throwing out as much as possible, and that is going to have to be a disengage. But look at this. Liliana still in there. It was able to get both of them. Was able to pick up Crash and Violet. Are you kidding me? How? How did Ninja just come out of nowhere, dropped the 2 combo, and was able to finish it off. Look at Marjo, does have that the resurrection, but having to back off from this L'Oreal. Or I'm sorry. You can see Wasimi trying to hit as much out of the high ground tower as he can, but just doesn't have a creep there, so he's doing next to no damage. Ninja is just completely keeping them in this game at this point. Wasimi is trying his best to make sure that they get the damage out onto the right targets, but is perishing most of the time during these trade-offs. Annette has been doing a great job making sure that she stuns 2 or more people during these fights. And what great job from this red team, picking up the pieces like that. Ryoma and Omega actually are going to be doing this team a favor. They're going to, look at this, going down on bottom. As long as, if one of them doesn't die, this is a huge win for the red team. They're going to pick up Darkslayer and have the dragon. They're going to be able to push. This, all of a sudden, just turned this game around. As long as Lindis does not fall in this next push, I think this is going to be huge. You can see Liliana trying to get out some damage onto this Kresh, but just not hitting as hard. You can see that Kresh has learned his lesson. He's trying to pick up as much magic resist that he can. He still has the boots. I think he really needs to switch them boots out, but he's worried more about the Lindis than he is the Liliana. All right, picking up this at Dragon also. What a great job. You have 2 people pushing 2 different lanes, and you have your other damage dealers getting the buffs. They have both buffs. They have Dragon and the Dark buff on Lindis right now. Lindis coming in, ready to throw out some damage. And look at this. You can see the poke just trying their best to throw out. The dragon being summoned down on bottom. Ryoma doing a great job trying to get that mid tower, trying to get this mid pushed. Having them pushed on all angles is the key to this victory. Omega coming in, picking up that high ground tower, and next to no, goes straight over to mid, able to take that off. They are now going to have super minions, and it looks like this blue team is now going to be is in the biggest defense of the game so far. Lindis in the back, just throwing out as much damage as she possibly can. Dark buff, and you can see Duel trying to finish off this Lindis. Does, but has the Dark blessing. And now you can see Omega is trying to finish the game. It comes so close, but he does have the resurrection. He is back up and ready to go. Finish off, and they finished the game! They finished the game. The creeps actually win the game, and what looked like VVV throwing the game, they were able to finish it off and win. Wow. Wow. The Winions coming in with Omega, dropping off everything he had, stopping, literally disabling the tower, and going in, and was able to finish off the base with the minions. Wow. So the thing that we saw the entire game was Omega just not able to contribute that much, and comes in and was able to pull off some play like that. If not for that play, VVV would have lost. They were down 4 members. They would have been down 4 members of their team. Annette would have been the only one. They could have pushed straight mid without creeps and finished off the base since it was still under half-life. Wow. Great job. Great job from VVV. Man, and that's game 1. So VVV taking game 1. We got another one for you, boys. Let's go ahead and let's get some music going. I cannot. It's great. That was so good. Omega getting buffed. Oof, needs it. All right, let's get this game going. Woo. Well, that was fun. I was expecting that to happen. Yeah. Crazy though. Crazy. We accept my friend Whiskers with the giveaway earlier. Yes. It'll just take me a minute. I can't do it since I'm in the lobby, but yes, keep reminding me, please, please. I'm sorry. This is one of those lobbies you can't actually go to the main menu with, which is kind of unfortunate. The blue I should have had the game ended earlier with the lead they had and pushed hard in the side lanes and applied pressure. Yeah, I think you're right, but that's it. But man, what? That was a good game. That was a really good game. Like I said, vviv is like, they somehow pull out these team fights, man. I'm telling you, it's so crazy. They were down on money, and they just came in and were able to win those team fights. Boo Boo Kitty, what's up, dude? Gaming, how are you, man? Zoro, welcome. Yeah, we'll do a after that epic game. I guess we'll do a giveaway. I guess. There you guys go. Get in the giveaway, boys. Get in there. Cannot believe that. Cannot believe that. Ready to go. Game is starting, so we're just gonna wait for the next what's it called? So we're gonna wait for the bands to come out, and then we'll get going on the casting. So make sure to exclamation point skin if you want to get in. No requirement at all. Just get in there. We're just giving away 1,000 vouchers. Why not? 1,000 vouchers skin. I can't give out the vouchers as much as I want. You need water. You're right. You ain't wrong. Look at this. This water pitcher. Empty. Empty. You know, I'll just lose my voice. What do I care? Why must I be treated like a test subject? You're not. Hashtag water break. I know. It'd be nice. But nope. We're not doing it. Then Holy Icon. What's up, bud? How are you doing, man? Imagine you win again? It's possible. Don't ban me. They're messing with you. Alright, boys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get into this game. Here we go. So this is going to be game number 2. So this is vviv took game 1, and then this is Dynasty. Dynasty needs to win this in order to go to a game 3. Otherwise, vviv will take this first set of games, and then we will move on to our next set. So here we go. Alright, we have Arum, Groot, and Kresh banned out for this blue side. We have Mina, Ignis, and Lindis being banned out for this red side. And then Malik being picked up for the blue. Malik, such a strong character. I gotta say, he really can hold his own in almost every aspect of the game. Early, mid, late. He's such a strong character. Very underrated. Irie, very strong as well. Able to do a lot with not very much. But switching it over to Cricknack. So Cricknack picked up in a net. We saw vviv do a great job, Wizards especially, on that Annette, and I see him playing that character again. So good stuff. We're seeing a Wonder Woman over on this side, and Galaxy's picking up the lumber. So it looks like Dynasty going with more of a tanky team. So we do need to see who their jungler is going to be. Ninja showing that he's going to pick Natalia. I got to say, that's a bold pick. I don't see that she has much of a a front line to deal with. It looks like most of the team will deal with more of the Cricknack or the Irie. So maybe it's more of a distractions than tankiness. But yeah, we'll see how that plays. We've seen Ninja do some amazing things on the Liliana. So I'm really surprised that they didn't go Liliana. Maybe they just did Omega. So maybe they're just trying out new builds, seeing what works and what doesn't. Can't knock them for that. And we have Zill. So that's an odd pick for the Premier Valor League. We have not seen a Zill shown out here before. I think Zill has not been picked. It's interesting that Omega has been picked over Zill. But, yeah, wow. All right. So, yeah, an important note, no marksman either side. So, Cricknack looking very strong in this current meta, should do wonders for Wasim. But here we go. 3 seconds. And we'll do the giveaway after the game, so make sure. Make sure you're ready. Man, I cannot believe how good Wizard was doing on a net. It's that right there just shows you the power of that hero. And it really kind of breaks the mold of what some of the other supports are, because most of them are either tanky or they have a lot of stuns, something along those lines. But man, she just has the damage and the stuns, which is really great. La, welcome, bud. It's La. Oh, hey, how you doing? Welcome. There's a 20-second delay. We're casting off the game right now, but it's good to see you. Welcome. Both sides not have a carry. Yes, you're absolutely right. Both of them do not have a marksman. I think the people that are going to need to carry are going to be the Tulin and the Natalia. I think Natalia, so strong, but very susceptible to a lot of the damage that's thrown out there. So let's get into this. VVV, like I said, if you're just tuning in, took game 1. We need Dynasty to win this in order to go to a game 3. Otherwise, VVV will take this series. And like I said, before we started all of this, they have been the team to beat. They are a very strong team. They're definitely in the top 5. All right, and we just see a net punishing these supports that want to stick around, and Lumber has to back off, has to concede that. We can see a net now finding Zill, not caring, throwing in there. Wizard fearless on this Annette, knows the capabilities and just going hard. We can see, speaking of fearless down on bottom with November, doing a great job. Looks like walked right into the tower with not much there. And oh, we see Zill coming in and saying, I've had about enough of your shenanigans, and going in onto Natalia. And you could see that Wizard trying his best to get out of this situation, but is going to fall. And that is a 2 for 0 exchange for this red team. Red should be able to rotate down to bottom to possibly get up a Malik, but they are actually all pretty low. All 3 heading back to base at the exact same time. Look at this. Wow. That is that's teamwork at its finest right there, boys. When you can all recall at the exact same time, that's how you know you got a well-oiled machine going on. Fearless down on bottom on that Malik, going up against Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a tough matchup in lane. Once she gets out of lane, she is a little bit more susceptible. And actually, top Zenio going down to a 4-man gank. So I apologize that I missed that, but Cricknack was able to pick that up. And no surprise there with the amount of damage that he does at any given time. And it looks like choosing to initiate onto Tulin. Tulin going down very low, also jumping into a bad situation. And that is Cricknack picking up another one. And now look at this, the blue team. So what turned out to be just a big loss at the beginning of a team, or I'm sorry, at the beginning of a game. Now this blue team is starting to come around and do such a great job. Zill going in hard onto the Annette, but you can see that Natalia coming out with that ult, which is just shudders the entire red team as they back off. And oh my god, look at the damage from Kriknak coming in. He is going to go down. Zenial coming in with the heal, but it is too little, too late. But they are able to pick up 2 kills from that exchange. So that was a dragon and what was that? 3 kills? 2 kills, I apologize. Dragon 2 kills for the blue team and is a 2 kill gain for the red team. So money-wise, still pretty close. The Kriknak did go down, who was 4-0 at the time, which really gives them that extra boost in money. Natalia just throwing out the damage, just trying to get Tulin low to get him possibly out of lane, but does end up having to take a trip back to base. And oh, it gets interrupted, but Ninja paying attention, luckily, is gonna back off. All right. We can see this blue team is just doing wonderful as far as rotations. Red needs to do something about this Annette. Annette's so strong with that stun, but it is just roaming around the entire mid lane, trying to get it. And Kriknak does pick that up, and Annette right there. You can see that Zenial coming in. And Annette doing a wonderful ult, disrupting the entire flow of the battle. Was able to get out of there. Zil trying to get away from his, but just not able to. And that is also Zenial that is going to go down. And that is a 4-for-none exchange for this VVV team. So the gold difference, all of a sudden, massive. Blue's going to be able to get this mid tower, then rotate down to the dragon and pick that up. All right, and we can see that the blue is running straight down to dragon and gonna pick it up just like I thought. No surprise there. The red team looks like they possibly want to initiate up on top. Irie doing a great job, throws out the execute. Luckily gets that kill as Wonder Woman flickers. But oh my goodness, I cannot believe that they were able to get that. Zenial just in a bad situation. Annette disrupts, but really actually helps him, but he still does go down. All right, and then we can see this blue team now taking that bottom tower, rotating back to mid, trying to find some more kills that they can go from. Annette trying to throw out the stun, but does not connect with anyone. And Zil just trying to go behind the tower to finish the creeps, and while the blue team was rotating around. And yeah, wow, almost pays for it. Looks like Malik did pick up the blue buff, but does pay for it with his life as the red team collapses down on him. So Malik is 2-2 at this point. Crushed, or I'm sorry, not Kriknak, 6-1 right now. He's doing a fantastic job rotating around this and finding out all of the right people. And as you can see he wants that Tulin, jumps in on Tulin. Zil coming in, throwing out his ult. Zenial coming in, trying to save Zil from the Kriknak, and now he is taken out. Zenial does finish off the Kriknak, but he pays for it with his life. Irie coming to try to lend a hand, but is too little too late. The red team is backing off, trying to get back to their tower to stop it from getting pushed in. And doing a great job so far, I gotta say. Ooh, Lumber taking a little bit of damage. It actually really didn't do that much with the boots, and then also the extra magic resist that he has is doing him wonders. Also, Natalia does have her big damage boost item. You can see Zil getting just crushed by the Kriknak. Kriknak now in a position to could have been in a position to kill Zil, but decides to back off. Doesn't want to try to dive it. All right, Malik jumping in again. He is risking his life for this blue buff, and Kriknak going straight for that Tulin, finishing him off. Malik still alive. Annette doing a great job throwing out the ult to save him. Krignak coming in, just dropping these last hits on everyone that's around. Duel having to run for his life, and it looks like Krignak wanted to jump in for that, and luckily Lumber gets away from that team fight. So Lumber and Zenial both living with next to nothing. We have not seen Wonder Woman at all in these fights. You can see that she is running for her life. She's trying to do what she can. Looks like possibly gonna get lassoed, but it will take out Fearless, which is a decent trade. They do lose a tower, which is not what they wanted.
A red team tower has been destroyed.
All right, going down to this red team. They are in such a bad position at this point. They are down 6K gold, almost double the kills, and 6 towers down. They have not got an objective yet. So this red team really needs to get this dragon. And if anything stops them from getting this, it's going to be super detrimental. They do end up getting a tower during that period of time, but Krignak comes in and just levels the dragon, and you can see this red team scattering, trying to get away from this situation, but they are just not able to. November wasn't in that fight, but it will possibly go down here to the Ninja and the McFly combo with the stuns, and it is just Zenial versus the world right now. Down almost 10K gold, have only one objective, which was that tower we just mentioned. There is no chance for the Zenial to stop this team, but he is going to try his best. Throws out his jump, doesn't connect with the hero, but does stop the minions from coming into the tower as quickly. Irie coming in, dropping out the ult. Zill, premature, threw out his ult and doesn't land or connect with anything. I think he was just trying to clear the minions, and that's about the only thing he accomplished there. Minions coming in down on bottom. This is going to be bad news for this red team. Lumber throwing out his ult. Annette throwing a great ult out, disrupting the entire fight, which is just doing wonders. Malik getting taken out by the Tulin, so a great play there. They did not get the tower, so they instantly killed 3 members of this red team, and they didn't get the tower, so they're just trying to go for kills as opposed to these objectives, which almost lost them 2 extra members. Krignak going in on this tower. Tulin is not going to be able to save this, unfortunately. You can see that Krignak not caring, running away, and now Tulin now has to stop this tower. And it looks like he did get the siege minion onto him. That's what you got to do in order to save these high ground towers, is that you have to get the siege minion. You have to stand in front before the siege minion aggroes the high ground tower. If you don't, it's going to be over, and they're going to just continue to attack it before you can kill it. All right, blue team now trying to initiate onto this red team, trying to use that momentum. Zenial coming in, Lumber dropping the ult. Annette is in some actual trouble here and is going to go down. And now you can see that Krignak coming in to level the playing field, was able to get Wonder Woman. Zenial trying to get out with his ult, does get interrupted. Lumber and Zenial both down, and now Tulin is next to dead with that. And 16-2 on this Krignak. There is no stopping him. Anyone that he targets goes down, and there's nothing they can do about that. You can see Zill trying to get this the mid hero, which is exactly what happens, but the base is going down, and VVV will take game number 2. So GG's on both sides. Great games. It was really fun to watch, but VVV does end up taking game 1 and 2. All right, and we will be moving on to the next set of games. Let's take a look. 17-2 on that Krignak. Amazing. Great job. Was able to come out and put out 40%? 40% of the damage. What? What? I was expecting to see 30. I was not expecting to see 40%. That is insane. Annette only did 10%, which she was throwing out as much as she possibly could. Fearless doing 15. Ninja only doing 20, which is insane. And Crickneck with the 40%. 17 kills, 7 assists. Was around all of the kills except for 4. He was around all of the kills except for 4. Wow. Great game. Great job on that Crickneck. Absolutely great job. Wow. Great stuff. VVV, thank you so much. Best way to counter Crit 90.